into what was formerly a dark room. And it was very small. It was the smallest room in the house. And I wanted a desk to work on, but there was no room for it. So I built this, and I'm not a professional builder or anything. This is one of the first things I've really built. And I had screwed it here into the wall, so it would sit like this, and I could sit at it, and it's a perfect size to do work at. But then, when I would be done with it, I could fold it up into the wall, and I had another eye, or what is that called, an eye hole screw that I would screw into the wall, so that the two holes would be parallel, and then I would stick a rod into it, and it fit perfectly, so it would be fastened, and it would stick into the wall and be create the space for the room for me to move around in. But that is it. That's my everyday creation.
It's a watering system for the plants, so they get water. You go like this. And you bring it up. I have to go over here. Oh, and so like water comes down through the yellow tube into this pan, and then the pan distributes the water to all the plants. And then the leftover water, the pee of the plants, the urination of the plants, it fills up this. And then this, you put something to catch it with.
When you press the handle on the outside, that it makes this little motor turn around, and that dingly thing bangs against this wheel, and that's the doorbell.
This particular device is an infrared, basically ghetto camcorder, which consists of this battery, which is actually a motorcycle battery. You can get it for really cheap in any kind of a hardware store. And it's pretty long-lasting actually once you charge it. It takes forever to charge. And then you have this camera that you get for pretty damn cheap. It's basically a security cam, a surveillance cam. And so what we basically did with it was we stick it in the box. We don't have it in here right now, a wireless transmitter that you can send the footage out that you film with. Now the idea behind this camera was that we actually use it for shows, because we do shows in clubs where it's pretty dark. We sometimes like to put live video on the walls. This particular design, I mean, we never actually built this, but this was sort of a prototype for building what we call a camera for the people. In terms of, like, ideally we want to be able to build hundreds of these relatively high fidelity cameras, hopefully with wireless capabilities, to give out to the people to use against police and other security forces as they're, you know, underperforming their ability, so to speak. So that's another project. I mean, you need something. You need to be something a lot smaller than this, obviously. So that's pretty much it.
In a basic sense, this functions as a pump. We had a motorcycle that we needed to ship. The motorcycle had gasoline in the fuel tank. The fuel tank opening was extremely small, and it had to be completely empty of the gasoline before we shipped it. And basically the installer named Jean, he constructed this out of the head of a regular spray bottle, probably for some cleaning solution, a wire hanger, a piece of tube, and a zip tie. He originally just had the pump spray with the tube, but couldn't get had no direction on how to get all of the gasoline out, so he added the wire to be able to move around inside the gas tank. it worked rather effectively. But he was there probably pumping for maybe an hour or so, just because it doesn't pump out very much.
This belt clip magnet I did clips onto your belt like this. I do a lot of construction and art handling and stuff like that, so I always need to carry screws and nails around, so I don't have to put them in my pocket. I'll just have them on my belt and I can just use them, grab them. It's really quick. That's one thing I always carry around with me. I also have this. It's a zip tie dispenser. Zip ties are a great way to secure cables and cords together, but they are they're always loose, and so I found a way to secure them together. If you take an old one and just pull them through, then you can have a dispenser and they're always available, and you can just pull them out, so you can be working on top of rafters, in the ceiling, and you can just grab them like that. You don't have to reach into your pocket. And so that's a great little device.
What else? Oh, this is my filing system. So for instance, when I have a receipt, I can just go ATM. So I have another receipt. This is another. So I can just go like that and this over the year, so I can do my taxes. No, I'm not going to show you that. A couple things I can't show you because I want to patent them. So